Caitlin Clark's story is not simply about basketball greatness, it is about belief strong enough to challenge limits and preparation deep enough to survive pressure. Long before sold-out arenas and national headlines, Clark was just a competitor obsessed with improvement. Growing up around the game, she learned early that talent creates opportunity, but work creates longevity. Empty gyms, repeated shots, and long hours shaped a confidence that didn't depend on applause. Even then, Caitlin Clark was preparing for moments the world had not yet imagined. As she developed, one thing became clear: Clark refused to play small. While many players stayed within traditional limits, she expanded her shooting range, sharpened her court vision, and learned to control the tempo of the game. Her confidence wasn't reckless, it was calculated. Every deep shot came from repetition. Every risky pass came from understanding space. Critics questioned her style, but Clark understood something many don't: progress always looks uncomfortable at first. When Caitlin Clark arrived at the University of Iowa, expectations existed, but no one predicted the scale of what would follow. From her earliest college games, it was obvious she wasn't just fitting into a system, she was the system. Her ability to score from anywhere on the floor forced defenses to stretch beyond logic. Logo threes weren't desperation shots, they were strategic weapons. Fans stood in anticipation the moment she crossed half-court, knowing something special could happen at any second. With every performance, Clark's influence grew. She wasn't just putting up numbers, she was creating moments. Assists threaded through impossible angles. Deep threes silenced crowds and ignited arenas. More importantly, she led with presence. Teammates trusted her. Coaches relied on her. And opponents built entire game plans around stopping her, often unsuccessfully. But with fame came pressure. Every missed shot was magnified. Every emotional reaction was dissected. Critics questioned her shot selection, her confidence, and even her leadership. Yet pressure never changed Caitlin Clark, it revealed her. In the biggest moments, when games tightened and seasons hung in the balance, she delivered with calm focus. Her belief didn't waver because it wasn't built on hype, it was built on work. Rivalries elevated her impact even further. Matchups against elite opponents turned into national events, drawing record audiences and global attention. These games were more than competition, they were statements about the growth of women's basketball. Clark understood that rivalries don't divide the game, they grow it. Each high-pressure matchup pushed the sport further into the spotlight. Beyond wins and losses, Caitlin Clark's true influence was cultural. Young players across the world began pulling up from deeper range, inspired by the freedom she played with. Girls saw themselves represented not as cautious, but as bold. Viewership numbers rose. Conversations changed. Women's basketball entered a new era, and Caitlin Clark stood at the center of that transformation. What made her impact unique was balance. She played with fire, but also with intelligence. She embraced responsibility without losing joy. She understood that leadership isn't always loud, sometimes it's consistent. Sometimes it's showing up again and again, even when expectations feel heavy. As records fell and milestones passed, Clark remained focused on growth. She spoke often about preparation, trust, and team success. Individual accolades mattered, but legacy mattered more. She wasn't chasing history. History followed her because she played without fear. Today, Caitlin Clark is recognized as more than a generational scorer. She is a symbol of progress. A reminder that the game evolves when players are brave enough to expand it. Her influence will be felt long after the final buzzer, not only in record books, but in the confidence of the next generation who learned to believe because she did. Caitlin Clark didn't wait for permission to change basketball. She trusted her work, embraced pressure, and played the game her way. And by doing so, she proved that greatness isn't about fitting into limits, it's about breaking them. This is Buzz Legacy, where moments become legends. Like, share, and subscribe, because this story is only getting bigger.